Good morning, year one, and welcome to a very exciting day today. Today is going to be a project day, and this day is going to be based all on this book. Oh, can you say what's the weather today?
Okay, and there are going to be 3 more videos on YouTube after this video. And in each one, there is an activity that we would like you to complete. Okay, when you've completed all of that work, we would like you to display your work a little bit like this.
Let me show you. Let me share my screen with you. Can you see it? Fantastic. So we have done a display board. Sorry, we haven't done, but this is from a kids science project, and they did it all about clouds, and they did it on a piece of cardboard and folded it around with the 2 sides and the part in the middle, one big piece of cardboard, and they've presented all about all of the different types of clouds. But you don't have to type up the information. Obviously, you wouldn't have as much work on there because you'd have the 3 pieces of work that you'd done that day. So you could do 1 piece on this side, 1 in the middle, and 1 on the side. And you don't need to type it, you could write it. So for English, if we're writing a letter to the cat in the hat, you might write it and then stick it onto your display board. You don't have to do it just like this, but if you do it quite similar, that would be fantastic. You can also put some other things that you might want to talk about as well. Okay, so we look forward to seeing all of your work on the Monday we come back.
Yes. Bring all your work in. Okay, we're now going to read you the story. Okay, here's the story.
Oh say, can you say, what's the weather today? I'm the cat in the hat, and it's raining, I know. But let's not stay inside, we've got places to go, where the sun is shining, where the warm winds are blowing, where lightning is flashing, where snowflakes are snowing. The weather is changing. Come on, let's go.
First stop is the top of Mount Karakakoo, where they study the weather. That's all that they do. Watching the weather helps everyone know what to wear, where to live, and what food they can grow. Pilots check the weather when they fly a plane. Are they flying in sunshine or clouds filled with rain? Corn grows where it's hot, rice grows where it's wet. Farmers grow what's best in the weather they get.
Meteorologists forecast the weather and say what kind of weather is heading our way. They send weather balloons floating high in the air to measure how hot or how cold it is there. Air temperature affects the weather a lot. Thermometers show if it's cold or if it's hot. Wind changes the weather, and we can see why. It blows clouds along and clears rain from the sky. Anemometers measure how fast the wind goes. A wind vane will show you which way the wind blows.
On this map of the weather, you'll see it is showing it's sunny in Gret, but in Groogle it's snowing. A strong wind is blowing the snow towards Gret. Tomorrow the weather in Gret will be wet. Symbols on weather maps show right away what kind of weather we're having today. This symbol means drizzle and this one means rain. This means it's snowing. This means a hurricane.
Weather forecasts are important to us. Will we need a jacket to wait for the bus? When clouds form a ring and it circles the moon, sailors know this ring means there's a storm coming soon. A pine cone can forecast the weather. Here's why. It's closed when it's wet and opened up when it's dry. Here is a fact that we cannot explain. Frogs croak a lot more when it's going to rain.
There are all kinds of clouds you can see in the sky. Cirrus are light, wispy clouds floating by. Cumulonimbus clouds mean there's a storm on the way. You see cumulus clouds on a warm, sunny day. When the cloud touches down on the ground, it's called fog. It mixes with smoke, and then fog becomes smog. A fun way to learn a cloud's shape is to draw it. We said, that's a cirrus the minute we saw it.
Here are some words that we learned on vacation. Rain, snow, sleet, and hail are called precipitation. Water changing to vapor is called evaporation. Vapor changing to water is called condensation.
When air's warmer than freezing, I'd like to explain, water falls from the clouds and it falls down as rain. When air's freezing cold, it's important to know water falls down from the clouds, but it falls down as snow. If you magnify snowflakes the way that we are, you will see that each one is a six-pointed star. They are made up of crystals, and each one you'll find is like no other snowflake. It's one of a kind.
The desert is dry, and the reason is clear. Its rainfall is less than 10 inches a year. Here is a word, and we both like to rhyme it. The weather a place has the most is its climate. How do you keep cool when you live in a land that's hot, dry, and dusty and covered in sand? Loose-fitting clothes let breezes blow through, and light colours bounce the rays off you.
Where on earth is it coldest, meteorologists say? Antarctica is freezing cold every day. Land covered in ice and deep drifting snow. The air is so cold that plants cannot grow. How thick is the ice here? This made us think quick. We are standing on ice 7,000 feet thick. We use a thermometer, and now we know in the air it is colder than deep in the snow.
It's important to study the weather, it's true, but we cannot control it whatever we do. The sun may be shining, the sky a bright blue, then suddenly rain will start falling on you. Or the sky may be filled with a dark storm clouds, and then the sun will break through and shine down once again. You see, weather keeps changing, but one thing we know, it makes life exciting wherever you go.
Oh, that's the end. Did you like that story? Okay, now it is your job to go off and watch the other 3 videos that have been released today, okay? And complete those activities and then present your work in a beautiful way on some cardboard and bring it in on Monday, okay? Enjoy.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.